All right, so this must be exciting. GMP actually built a scale model of this car.
Yep, GMP flattered us. We introduced this car at SEMA last year, and they approached us about it, and we moved forward with it, and they produced it, and they've been selling it all around the country at different stores and on the internet, and I guess it did pretty well, so that made me feel pretty good. It's a neat take on the car. It's an interesting way to do a Nova. No one's done one like this before, and they thought it was pretty cool and said, wow.
So, what's so interesting about this Nova? What's the unique take? Tell us.
Well, what I did, I like to do a lot of what ifs, and this car is a what if when you strolled into the dealership, your Chevrolet dealership in 1969, if you were looking at Camaros, one of the options you could check off if you wanted to buy it was a Z28 option package. Well, the Nova shares about the same platform. A little different, but it's about the same platform, front subframe car. So I wondered, well, wouldn't it be neat if they would have made a Z28 option package for the Nova? They made an SS Nova. You could get a big block in a Nova. You could get a 4-speed in a Nova. You could get high-performance stuff in a Nova. So why not a Z28 option? So there's a couple of very key things around this car that make it different from every other Nova that we went through a lot of pains to make it right. The first thing is this hood. This is the only all-steel, cowl-inducted, cross-ram Nova hood on the planet. It's handmade. We started with a Goodmark hood, and then we got an aftermarket pan. I think there's only about 4 or 6 of them made. And we made one. We took one, but I had to cut it up, which was fun because it was very expensive, and change it because the underneath structure of this Nova hood doesn't share anything with the underneath structure of the Camaro hood. So it's a lot of fabrication to mate the two. Then moving below it, this is the motor Legends were made of. It's a Cross-Ram DZ302. This is actually a big lie. This is a hidden stroker roller motor 406. Back in the day, the 302 was a very high revving motor, and this Cross-Ram was a dealer installed option. Probably made about 325, 330 horse. It liked to rev. It'd rev all day. This will sit here and idle. It'll rev all day, but this made 507 horsepower, 504 foot-pounds of torque, I believe. Very powerful motor, but externally, everything looks correct. It looks just like a DZ302. We have all the key pieces. Moving back, one of the big things on the inside, we put a 69 Camaro dash in it, and a 69 Camaro center console, and the 69 Camaro seats. And my interior gentleman, Eric Thorson, actually had to take the seat covers for the Camaro. We had more white material sent to us because he had to make them bigger because the back seat in the Nova is bigger than the back seat in the Camaro. So that's handmade. And we had these door panels custom made. A white interior was not an option in 1969 for a Nova. So this is the world's only pair of, that I know of, white 69 Nova repop door panels. We had that done, and went through the whole dash, so everything's wired exactly like a Camaro, has GM wiring harnesses. And then out back, one of my favorite things that my body man Russ Stevenson did at Gold Coast is we took a Camaro spoiler, he cut the ends off, hand formed all this area here to mate up with the quarter panels, and then we assembled it to the deck lid just like if GM would have made it. Where we kind of went off and did a newer version is the suspension, rims, and tires. In other words, the theory that someone made this, we found it, but instead of restoring it, we put some more performance stuff underneath. It's been mini tubbed with a Detroit Speed Engineering tub, has a strange Dana 60. Budnick made us the rims. I wanted a 60s looking wheel, so I had to make me a little bigger diameter version of American Racing's old Daisy wheel. And the Z28 package, you would have gotten Corvette JL8 disc brakes, four-wheel disc brakes. So what we did is put new Corvette brakes. The front is off of the 2005 Z06 Corvette with a first set of ATS aluminum spindles that they're spindles that made to bolt up to the Nova and Camaro front suspension. And then it takes the C6 rotor, hat, and caliper. Then in the rear caliper is actually a Willwood that we machined off the Willwood lettering, and one of my guys, Kelly, hand did the stencil and airbrushed on the Corvette stenciling to match the front Corvette caliper. So a lot of shuck and jive going on, but that's kind of what we do. So lo and behold, we have the world's first Z28 Nova.
Wow, it's beautiful and really unique. You're right.
Yeah, it's neat, and it handles phenomenally, brakes phenomenally. We did a feature with Super Chevy Magazine where we did braking and slaloming testing, and it's got an awesome Global West suspension in it, and then the Corvette brakes and a fast ratio steering box from Flaming River. So it goes and stops as good as it looks. I'm very, very proud of the car.
Well, you should be. I know when I have quite a bit of money saved up, I'm calling you to help me customize my Shelby Mustang that I will have one day.
Sure. And you'll love our shop for that. All the guys in my shop are Ford guys. So
awesome.
Unbelievably, we turn out good-looking Dodges and Chevys too. But they really love the Torino. That was a labor of love for them. They liked it. So that's what we do.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with Hub Garage today. I'm Amber Getz, and we'll see you on thehubgarage.com.
Thanks.